Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth and today I am going to be doing my August empties. So I said I better get cracking with it because I'm a little bit behind as it is already. I'd usually have this filmed. No, September empties. Oh my God, where is the time going? Yeah, I normally have them kind of this filmed a day or two before the end of September or the month that it was for. But I don't know, I'm just behind. I've been struggling with migraines a bit lately. It's probably the change in seasons and stuff like that. I think sometimes it can be a bit... My camera's a bit off. Is it a bit off, lads? You tell me. It'll do. So yeah, I said I better get cracking and get this filmed and get it up, because next thing you know, it'll be the end of October and I still won't have it done. So I'm going to start off with some body care. So these are both from Garnier. When Garnier was declared cruelty-free during the summer, I went in and I picked up a few. My husband loves this range, especially in the summer. He just loves the scent because it's a very, just a very fresh and clean scent. There's nothing feminine or manly about it, if that makes sense. It's just a very clean, nice scent. One is aloe vera, as is the other one. One is an after sun and one is just a moisturizer, but they're essentially the same thing in my opinion. Once they're both from aloe vera, then they're, you know, and they're both fast absorbing as well, because he wouldn't have the patience to be letting something be sticky, you know. He just like, no, if it's not straight away, I don't want it. So we used up the two of these together, and yeah, I've missed Garnier, I won't lie, because they're inexpensive. You can nearly always get them on a deal, and they have some nice scents, you know what I mean? They're not too heavily fragranced, which for me is crucial with my migraines and stuff like that. I can't have anything too heavy in scent. Next up is from Dr. Bronner's. It's the 18-in-1 Baby Mild Pure Castile soap. So I actually use this to wash my brushes. It was okay. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't the best thing I've ever used for doing my brushes, but it did the trick, you know what I mean? It was fine. You know, it's cruelty free as well. They're a bit more environmentally friendly, I believe. There's, you know, it is what it is. I used it up. I wouldn't repurchase it if I'm being honest with you. What am I using at the moment? Oh, it's an Irish brand. Mew Me, I think it's called, and it's a solid cleanser, and it is working a treat, which I'm delighted with. I got it in Aldi. It's fantastic. So that is that. And next up then is another body wash, and this one I actually used as a body wash even. It's by Soap and Glory, and it is called Best Washes, uplifting fragrance expertly designed to uplift the senses with notes of rhubarb and grapefruit. I didn't get the rhubarb or grapefruit really, if I'm being honest. And they're two scents that I absolutely adore. I'm a real fan of both those scents. But I didn't really get it from this. And another thing about this that I didn't particularly like was that it was very thick. And you know, it's just got the tiny little nozzle up at the top. And it was very hard to get it out. So I had to kind of use a bit, add in water, shake it up, use another bit, add in more water, shake it up, which meant it lasted a good long time. But it was just, it was a tad irritating. And it wasn't the scent that I was hoping for. So I wouldn't repurchase that one. But I do like Soap and Glory shower gels. And again, they're cruelty free, and they're another one I can often get on offer. Now we get into a bit of skincare, and I'm going to first talk about this one. This is the Q&A cleanser. Can you see it? There you go. Peppermint cleanser, daily cleanser. White peppermint helps liven your skin, antibacterial, energizing and refreshing. Emulsify and apply gently to clean your skin. Rinse clean, use morning and night. I ended up using this as a shower gel. It was too sensitizing on my skin altogether. And I mean, when I was younger, I used to think I had very sensitive skin. And I just think I was using too harsh products. Regardless of what skin type you had, it would have been harsh. So I don't think that I would say I have sensitized skin now. But this, literally, I'd go to put on my glycolic acid or something afterwards, and it would burn the bejesus off me. And it didn't prior to this, so it was definitely this. And the minute I stopped using this, everything went back to normal. How does it help? Anti-inflammation, skin firmness, hydration, skin type, all types. I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. Now, maybe it would suit you. And I mean, it's a brand I was curious about because I believe it is cruelty free, although it doesn't say it on here, but I'm fairly certain it is. Gosh, I hope it is now after all that. There's a girl I follow, and see, that's my own fault now. There's a girl I follow who is cruelty free, and I've kind of learned recently that maybe she's not as diligent with her investigations, shall we say. Like, she literally just looks at the packaging, and if it says cruelty free, she goes with it. So I wouldn't personally, like, I wouldn't say that Wet n Wild is cruelty free or Physicians Formula. People, like, you know, so I must do a bit more of my own investigation. That's my own fault now. But it's an English brand, and typically they are cruelty free for the moment, because I believe things are changing. Anyway, which is whether, it doesn't matter because I won't be repurchasing this. But if I do decide to buy any more from the brand, I must investigate further as to whether they are cruelty free or not. Yeah, I use Ethical Elephant, and I use Logical Harmony and Cruelty Free Kitty. Those are the three that I try to kind of check with to see if something is cruelty free or not. Next up is a real favourite of mine. It was the Soap and Glory Balm to Milk Transformation in the Palm of Your Hand Cleansing Balm with vitamin C and a blend of 4 tender loving oils. Sure thing, that's sure thing. And we upside down, no, we're the right way up. And there was 100 ml in this. It is a cream, a balm cleanser, completely gone. And my initial reluctance to try this was that, oh, Soap and Glory is very fragrant, so it's going to be too much fragrance for me and for my face and stuff like that. To me, I couldn't. There might be something incredibly mild in there, but very mild, because I literally can't smell anything from it at all. Really, really, really enjoyed this. I thought it was a fantastic cleanser, and again, it's something I'll be able to get on offer from time to time. And the other one that was in the same price bracket was the I'm From Fig Cleansing Balm, which I absolutely loved, but it's harder to get my hands on. I need to go through either Yes Style or iHerb or something like that, whereas this I can just walk into Boots and pick it up. And that, to me, I'm very much a tactile shopper. I like to pick things up and look at them and feel them and touch them. That's just the way I am. I don't get as much enjoyment with online shopping as I do physically going into a store, which, you know, it's dangerous anyway, but still. Yeah, loved it. Really, really loved it. Great first cleanse for me. Really, really enjoyed that. Next up is the Hada Labo Tokyo Lotion No. 1 Super Hydrator Super Hyaluronic Acid. And I got this in Superdrug. And it is, like, I personally wouldn't use it on its own without another serum and moisturizer and stuff. It's just what I like to do. I like to have layers in my skincare, and this is quite a light. It's not quite a toner, it's a tad thicker, but just a bit, and you just kind of press it into the skin, and it's lovely. It was quite nice. I would rather get the Cosrx one personally. That one is thicker. The Cosrx one is thicker, and my skin loves it. I mean, loves it. So and to the best of my knowledge, Hada Labo is not cruelty free from the information that I can glean. I don't believe they're cruelty free. So in that respect, it wouldn't be a repurchase for me anyway. But even if it was, I don't know that I'd rush out the door and purchase it. I'd much rather spend my money on the Cosrx. It is a tad more expensive, but I'd like it that bit much more that I'm willing to spend a bit extra. This is from Versed. It's called the Baby Cheeks All-in-One Hydrating Milk, Coconut Water and Bamboo Extract. This is it here. I would use it. This is my morning tone. I like to keep my glycolics and stuff like that for the evening time, and I like to have something a bit more calming and soothing in the morning. Just the way I like to do things. And I liked it. A do-it-all toner, cleanser and makeup remover. I don't agree with that. I don't feel this would remove much in the line of makeup. Leaves the skin velvety soft. Helps hydrate and balance skin's pH. It might balance the skin's pH alright. I don't know that I noticed that it was velvety soft either. And it's not cheap. Versed isn't cheap, and you don't get a whole lot. It's only 120 ml in this. I don't think I'd repurchase this. I just feel like I can get something quite similar for a fraction of the cost, if that makes sense. Like, I'm using one at the moment from Aldi, and it is lovely. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's got I think like cactus flower or something like that, and it's really lovely. And it's 3 times the size of this and 1/3 of the price. You know, doesn't make sense really to purchase something like this again. Yeah, this is my Is this my second item from Versed? I think it's my second item. I just haven't been blown away by the range as yet. So I don't know if I'll keep purchasing from them. I have another product. It's a serum that I've yet to try. And I'll decide kind of after that. But at the moment, it's not a go-to range for me just yet. Next up was the Liqueura Pineapple Face Serum. So this was from Aldi. It was their, I think it was their Glow Recipe dupe, I want to say. And yeah, it was fine. It was absolutely fine. Now, I didn't notice any exfoliating benefits. I found it just a nice hydrating primer. Primer? No. Serum is the word I was looking for. I found it to be a nice hydrating serum. So it is, if they come back into stock in the Aldi, that's the only problem downside with Aldi when these kind of ranges come out. You don't really want to purchase 2 or 3 of them in case they're crap, because some stuff I have got I haven't enjoyed. And then the stuff that I do enjoy, by the time I know I enjoy it, it's gone. So if they come back out with it, I'd probably pick up 2 and have them there in my stash, because I love the packaging. I mean, that's glass. It's a beautiful packaging. Like, I'm keeping it. I'm going to decant one of my Inky lists into it because their packaging is just rubbish. So yeah, it's going to go in this because I do look at. I like things that are aesthetically pleasing, don't we all? But yeah, it would be a repurchase for me, that one. Next up we have some facial mists. This one is from Beauty Bay. It's the Make It Rain Face Mist Mineral and Superberry Blend for refreshing and hydrating skin. This was in my fridge over the summer and it was okay. It wasn't anything special. You know, it's cheap and cheerful. Sprayer on it wasn't great. Even though it was cheap, it still wasn't really worth it to me. I don't know, it was okay. It did the trick during the summer when I needed something to cool my face down when it was so hot. But yeah, it's done. The next one is from Garnier. Again, like I said, I did pick up a few Garnier things. Garnier Skin Active Rose Soothing Soothing Glow Mist. Hydrate, refresh and soothe for dry and sensitive skin made with rose water. It was okay. Again, it was another one that I had in my fridge over the summer. Like, it has everything in it, really, doesn't it? Or it says it does. I found the rose scent a bit strong for me. I'm not keen on rose scents. I really feel rose scents for people who love it or hate it, because some people adore it and just think, oh, it's the best thing in skincare. And other people then are like, oh my god, no, not rose. And I'd be on the not rose scent. It just doesn't do anything for me. I'm not a fan of it. So I would probably try more from the range. I didn't like the mister either. Crap mister. Oh look, it's a tiny bit at the end. I know it looks kind of nice there, but it kind of is very generalized in this direction. It doesn't spray out, it just kind of hits you in the face. So yeah, it wasn't mad keen, but I would try. I think I would try. God, the rose, I shouldn't have done that. I'd try other scents and see how I get on, but if it was on offer. And the last spray I have is from Mario Badescu. It is the facial spray with aloe, cucumber and green tea. And this was kind of a big size that I got on sale. I won't be repurchasing Mario Badescu. Again, I find it too heavily fragranced for me. Yeah, like there's so many fragrances in it. It's just too much for me. And it wasn't a favourite fragrance of mine either, even though I love aloe, I like cucumber scents, and I like green tea scents. Those are 3 scents that I quite enjoy in skincare. But mixed together in this, just for some reason, didn't work for me. Maybe it's because the scent was synthetic. I don't know. But yeah, I was keen to try out Mario Badescu. I tried 2 of them now, a smaller one. Can't remember what fragrance that was, and this one. And I've tried them. I'm not blown away. I wouldn't be repurchasing them at the moment. My favourite one is still the Pixie Hydrating Milk Mist. Love that one. Just love the scent of it. I have one left in my drawer and I'm still using the Naiad one as well. But yeah, not at the moment anyway. Cotton Fresh Antiperspirant Deodorant. This is from Superdrug. I had 2 of these, 2 different scents. Didn't enjoy either. I didn't find them particularly good, was the problem. So I'm still on the hunt for a good cruelty-free spray deodorant. Probably need to get away from sprays anyway, don't I? I need to start looking at things like Native or something like that. But I have a couple of other ones still in my stash, so not this side of Christmas anyway. Next is a lip balm. It is the Dr. Pawpaw Original Balm Multi-Purpose Soothing Balm with natural fermented pawpaw for lips, skin, hair and beauty finishing cuticles and nails. I don't think I've ever used it for my hair. Haven't really used it in my skin either. I've definitely used it for my cuticles and my lips. It's grand. It's fine. This used to be all the rage a couple of years back. Everyone was like, oh, Dr. Pawpaw, you have to have Dr. Pawpaw. It's the best in the world. And I was like, don't know about that, bud. It's fine. It's grand. I find that I have to reapply it quite a lot. So that to me would suggest it's not brilliant because it's probably drying your lips out more than it's hydrating them. But look it, I've used it. It is done. Won't be repurchasing it at the moment. Next up is a cuticle oil. This is the CND solar oil. I had this earlier in the year in my drop 10 before summer and I made good progress with it, so I decided to keep at it. And I can't say that it made any difference to my nails. They're still as shite as ever. These are fake nails that I have on at the moment, press-ons. My nails are shite. It is what it is. No amount of cuticle oil is going to change that, I don't believe. My cuticles have never been terrible. In the winter they get a bit dry and a bit kind of frayed a bit, and I'll once I use hand cream on them they're fine. So last of the skincare is the Liqueura Healthy Glow Rose Oil, nourishing face blah 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 blah. Nourishing face oil, rose and pomegranate oils. So this is an example of one from Aldi that I didn't enjoy. So this was just, again, it was the rose. Look at, I know I don't like rose. And yet, I think I was hoping it would be like rose hip oil. And I find rose hip oil isn't as heavily fragrant as rose oil, if that makes sense. Why am I sniffing these things? And I know I don't like them. Too heavily fragrance from my face. I just couldn't deal with it. So I ended up using it on my body. Used it all up on my body. And in fairness, you only needed a couple of drops and it went a long way. It was, if it was a different scent, it was actually a very good oil. But I just too heavily scented for my little nozzle. I don't normally do this, but the odd time, if I feel something has worked, I will do. This is the Nature's Plus Camphor Magnesium Nighttime. So I'm on my second bottle of these now at the moment. I got them in my local health food shop. I suffer from restless legs and night terrors and stuff like that. And I find magnesium helps. This has black cherry, lemon balm and chamomile mixed in with it. And yeah, I actually found that they did help. Now it hasn't gone all together. My legs can still be a bit restless, and I do have a topical magnesium as well that I use. But I definitely did notice a difference once I started taking these. So if you suffer, manufactured in the USA. Oh, didn't know that. So maybe they are available to you in the USA. But just if you suffer from anything like that, restless like that, maybe go into your local health food shop and just ask them, have they any nighttime magnesium, because they are very different types of magnesium. And some are more suited to daytime, some aren't suited to people at all. You know, certain versions of magnesium can be have side effects and stuff like that. But this nighttime one, I enjoyed it and I found it good, and I always think it's good to share if anybody else suffers and things like that, that it's something to maybe look into. Don't take my word for it, investigate yourself first, but just, it worked for me, which is great. Now we're getting on to the makeup, which is always my favourite part, and that's why I leave it to last, so I hope you'll hang around. Catrice Cosmetics Primer Prime Aquafresh Hydra Primer. Fresh it up. Moisturising with bamboo water. If you watched my primer video, you'd know this wasn't my favourite. I actually used it up as a face moisturiser. So I do all my other skincare and then this goes on last as a moisturiser, and I still use my glowy primer or my e.l.f. putty primer before I go in with makeup. But if I wasn't wearing makeup, I'd still use this. So it's fine as a hydrator. Would I repurchase it as a moisturiser? No, but I wanted to use it up. I wasn't going, just dumping it. So yeah, if you like a moisturising primer, if you need that extra bit of moisture, it's a nice one. It's light. It doesn't pill, for me anyway, with my skincare and my makeup. It didn't pill for me. So yeah, I quite enjoyed it as a hydrator. But but not enough to want to repurchase it, not at the moment anyway. Next up was the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Dear God, words, help, send help. For a superstar youth glow. All gone. She's gone. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's all scraped out. Look at that. And we open her up and with the stopper gone out of her and everything. Look at that. Isn't that so satisfying? I'm so happy with that. This took me a year to use. Now, I had used it prior to the project pan. I had it in at the start of the year. But I'd say I'd only kind of used it to kind of there, I suppose. The rest is all this year. Would I repurchase this? Now that Charlotte Tilbury's back on the cruelty-free train, for now anyway, I'd consider it. I have 3 light medium, and Lainey from Makeup with Lainey has the small version, which I think is fantastic. I think she said she has shade 2, I think you said, Lainey. So I'd consider buying the smaller ones in a few different shades, maybe even, you know, for different times of year, but not at the moment. I'm on a no-buy. I cannot afford to be buying anything at the moment. But yeah, lovely packaging, lovely. Now, I have to say, I didn't enjoy the packaging as we got down because it is very hard to get product out of it. And I'm sorry, when you're spending this much money on a product, you want to get every last bit. Like, I know there's a bit up in here and I can't get at it. I've tried spatulas, I've tried cotton buds, I've tried you name it. And I just can't, and it vexes me. It vexes me because this was not cheap. Granted, it was given to me as a gift by my niece, but still, it was not cheap. And yeah, I just, that's a bit of a bugbear of mine, is that, you know, if you're going to supply a product, make sure the customer can get every bit of your product out, because they've spent enough on your product. Next up is a foundation. It is from Max Factor. It is the Miracle Touch Skin Perfecting Foundation with hyaluronic acid and SPF 30 in golden. And this was in my team project pan, and it's all gone, and I'm so happy because I'm thrilled to have another foundation completely finished out of my collection. A little bit sad because I really enjoyed it and I can't repurchase it because Max Factor unfortunately are not cruelty free. But if they did go cruelty free, it would be an item I would seriously consider buying because I really did enjoy how this looked on my skin. It's not something I would have considered before, like a Balm foundation. I wouldn't have thought it would be something I would enjoy, but it really was. So I'm very, I think it's something I look into once I've got through my 30 million foundations that I have in my collection. I'd consider looking at something like a Balm foundation, like maybe the Kat Von D one or something like that. We shall see. Who knows what'll happen down the line. Next is a lip gloss. It's from Alex Steiner, Plump and Glow Plumping Lip Gloss. Now, it's not completely empty, but the packaging completely broke me. There's a bit down the end there, if you can see. A little bit right down the end. But I'm done. It's got so messy. And I'm not happy that the packaging has completely cracked on it. If you can see. You see the crack? There you go. You can see the crack. So it's not closing properly. It's not sealing. Every time you try to close it, it just keeps going. And I'm not happy about that. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I've got enough use out of it. It was only a few euros. I'm not going to kill myself to get the last of it out when it's that messy. And I didn't enjoy it enough. If it was something I thoroughly enjoyed, I might go to the hassle, but it was only okay. This hasn't been a great Empties, has it? It's been a bit of a negative Debbie Downer one. I've only had a few there that I definitely repurchased. The Soap and Glory Cleansing Balm, the Magnesium, the Pineapple. That's it. Wow. That's sad. Catrice Volume and Lift Mascara Waterproofed Lift It Up Mascara. So this is, I like to cocktail my mascaras. So I'll usually have a more volume natural bristle brush first, and then I'll go in with something like this that is waterproof on, because my eyes water an awful lot, and has a plastic bristle wand on it, if you can see the wand there. Now, what I didn't particularly like about this wand is that they're very short. I like when it's a plastic bristle wand for them to be a bit longer so that they'll actually comb through my lashes and lengthen them a bit and kind of comb out nearly any clumps that might be there. And also then I need a waterproof mascara for my lower lashes, and these were just too short. I have the tiniest little lower lashes and these were way too short for it. I couldn't, without making a complete mess of it, couldn't get it in there. So unfortunately not a repurchase for me. I do like a lot of the Catrice mascaras, in particular the Glam & Doll range. I think it's nice, and I like some Essence mascaras, which makes sense because they're both made by the same company. If you didn't know that, Catrice, L-O-V, Love, whatever they call it, and Essence are all the same Casanova brand, I think. So yeah, that's probably why I like both Essence and Catrice mascaras, but this one just wasn't a winner for me. That's very sad. I'm very sad now that I've used all those products up and there wasn't many repurchases in it. Probably a good thing, because I can't, like I said, be spending any money at the moment, and I have a shit ton to get through. And I do mean a shit ton to get through. There is nothing in my collection at the moment that I could possibly want. No, that I could possibly need. I want loads. I want it all the time. But I don't need anything at the moment. And until I need something, I am not allowed to buy something. Until Black Friday at least. And even then, that'll be pushing it if I'm being honest. That is it, guys. That is my empties for September. I don't understand. I don't understand where the year has gone. Nothing has happened. And yet, flew past me, it did. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Did you have many empties? Like, look it, I'm happy. I have a good lot of empties there. You know, I've worked through a lot of products, and not bringing in anything else at the moment is helping me stay focused and get through stuff. And I'm happy that if something isn't working for me in one way, I will find another way to make it work until it is completely gone. It is very rare that I'll just go, no, this just isn't working in any capacity for me, it has to go. So I'll typically try and find a way to make it work. So I'm happy that I've got through that amount of products again this month. I'm doing well. I'm happy with how much I'm getting through. I think I'm up to, oh, I don't know where I wrote it down. I had it written down somewhere. I think 120 empties, 130 empties for the year. I'm happy with that. I think that's good. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and was in some way helpful for you. And hopefully I will chat to you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Slán. Ow.